What's up, everyone? Welcome to Cracker Season 4. Got another package today. Actually, I got one yesterday and today, but didn't have a chance to even get it till today. I'm that busy. Got an interesting story to tell, which let me show what I got, and then I'll go over it there. Got Amazing Spider-Man number 206. Got it for $1 and free shipping. Of course, no board, but he boarded it. Well, he boarded it. He put a board between the two, so I guess I'm not really gonna bitch, and it's actually in pretty good shape. Not bad for $1. And I got this was $1 free shipping as well. Uncanny X-Men number 157, and that thing's in near mint condition. Very, very cool. Now, interesting story. One, I'm kind of happy because I'm actually doing a lot of damage to my actually gotta cross it off. Amazing Spider-Man, trying to get like I said, trying to get them all actually, but that's gonna be pretty hard. But I'm getting there. I have all the 300s. I have pretty much almost all the 400s. I think I need like 2 or 3 more in the 400s. I have almost all the 500s. I need another like 6 or 7 and 5. I need a lot in 600s. I think I need like 30 in the 600s. Almost done with all the 2s. I need I think I need, I'm gonna say maybe 8 or 10 in the 2s, and then I need a few in the 100s. And of course, the 2 ones in the 100s that are going to be a bitch are 129 and 121. But I got 122, so I'm happy with that. I know those 2 are going to be a real bitch to get for a good price anyway. But we'll see. And then, of course, the ones before, anything before the 20s is pretty expensive. Actually, anything 100 down is getting expensive. But anyway, interesting story. All day yesterday, Gizmo and I were at the new place, Townhouse, sorting stuff. We've been bringing things over little by little and sorting stuff. And the real reason I had to go there is because we were getting my my couch bed delivered. Basically, we had gotten this couch thing, the one that folds out into a bed, because my fiance's family and my family is supposed to be visiting my fiance's sister. So my future sister-in-law is coming next week to stay with us for the holidays. So she's going to divide it up. She's staying for a week, staying half the time with us, and the other half with her mom. And I mean, we're all going to be together anyway the entire week, but she's dividing up where she's staying. So we needed a place for her to stay. So the guest room, movie room kind of thing. We found a couch, like I had mentioned in previous videos, that was actually really cool. Almost like a neutral color. It looks like a slate. I guess that's what they called it. But it fits. It definitely fits the room. It's pretty cool. And the real reason I had to go to the place yesterday is because we were waiting for the delivery. And my fiance had to go to work, and I didn't want to leave Gizmo alone for God knows how long. So I took him with me. And we put together our new TV stand while we waited because we just got a 55-inch flat screen TV thing. It was on sale a while ago, and we got it for the living room. And so while we were doing that, I was assembling where things were going to go in the room. And come here, guys. Ugh. There it is. I'm telling you this. I'm telling the people the story what happened yesterday. Yeah, it was crazy. All right, you go play. I'm going to tell them the story. He's playing with his ball. Anyway, we were waiting and waiting, and then around 11 o'clock, I got a phone call saying they were on their way. I was like, all right, cool. Like I said, this is pretty. It's messed up, but it's also, I guess, funny. I don't I don't know how to really to laugh at it, but it's anyway. Delivery people came, and the original floor plan we had for the townhouse didn't have a banister like right there in the because when you walk in through the front door, there's this banister that goes upstairs, and it didn't have that in the original thing. It was just like a little. But the guy walked in, he's like, "There's no way we're gonna be able to get that couch up there," because my fiance's like, "If worse comes to worse, she's like, don't send it back. We'll put it in the living room. If they can't get it into the room." And the other guy came in. He's like, "There's no way." He's like, it's just not gonna because the staircase was narrow as hell to begin with." And the guy's looking. He's like, "Ah, no." He just kept. He's like, "I don't think it's gonna happen." And they went into the truck and they started taking crap off of the couch. Like they took off the cover and all the cardboard that was underneath. And he's like, "We might be able to do it." He's like, I'm gonna give it a shot." And I have to give them credit, man, because the couch itself weighs. They claimed it weighs about 200 pounds, which is nuts. And I believe it because when it obviously got into the room, but when I actually tried to move it, it was heavy as hell. So, but anyway, the 2 guys came in. And the one guy goes up the staircase, and the other guy they wiggled it. They were able to get it past the banister, which was one of the hardest parts. Then the insane thing is they tilted a little bit, and they just barely cleared the ceiling where like because it's got that dip. So he's like, all right, yeah. So the one guy's pulling it, and the other guy's pushing it, and I have to give this guy credit, man. He was like 5'5". He was Wolverine tight, like 5'3", 5'5", and he was just woof, just going straight up. And when they got to the top of the stairs, the other problem was there's a damn light at the top of the stairs, and it was kept clipping the damn couch. So the guy goes to move it, and it starts to go forward. I'm like, it's gonna come down and kill us all. And it's wiggling. The guy's like, hey, he's like holding it on there. He's pushing it, and they were able to tilt it and then turn it and go into the room. So they got it in there, which was amazing. I have to give them credit, man. That I gave them a hell of a tip. But yeah, it was crazy. But now here's the funny part. This is the interesting story. Just the way my luck is. They come down. They were happy they got their tip and everything, and I thanked them. I was like, because they definitely worked for that tip, I'll tell you. And I signed everything, and they went out. Now here's what's interesting. In front of the townhouse, there's like 8 spaces of parking. There was nobody there. They came in. They had to turn their truck sideways, so they had it on an angle. So here's our front path, and they're parked in front of it but turned. So it's because they had to get it in there, and they couldn't make a complete turn because the cars on the other side come out where you can't really it's a bitch. Let's put it that way. So they got in there because there was no cars. What happens? My new next door neighbor, as smart as she is, pulls up right next to them in the first open spot that's next to their bumper, and almost goes right up to the bumper, gets out of the car and walks into her house. And I'm like, how stupid is that? There's plenty of other open spaces. She had 4 of the spots to choose from, and she chooses the one right next to them, right? So you can imagine what's going to happen. They go and they leave. The guy gets in the truck, and the guy is like looking at it. He's like, I guess he figured he would clear it. He turns and turns again, and as he turned and went forward, their tail bumper went right through this lady's car. Destroyed the whole front end. The whole right side was done. It went through the right light, went all the way through the hood, through the side of the frame, up towards where the side mirror would be, and just right across. I was like, now, man, I was like, oh my god, because I had closed the door and all I heard was boom, and I'm like, what the hell? And I look out the window, and Gizmo runs into the window. We're looking out, and they just destroyed this lady's car. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, way to seal the deal with our neighbors. If they didn't hate us enough as it is, they were gonna hate us now. And they pulled to the side and they wrote up a whole thing and had to take a photo of the car. And this lady never came out of her house. They had this whole big sheet they put in her where the damage was and locked it with the what's left of the windshield wiper. And about an hour later, she finally comes out and she's like, ah, how do you not hear that? All the neighbors came out to see this, and she's right next door to me, and she didn't hear this. Come on. She comes out and she's screaming. She's like, what the hell? Oh my god. And then like an hour later, her insurance people showed up, and she was like, this is ridiculous. This is insane. And I was waiting for them to knock on the door. I'm like, they're going to come knock on this door and say what happened. I'm like, oh god. And she's like, oh, and blah, 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 blah. And then she goes and tells the insurance people that she was there before the truck was. So obviously, I mean, she knew the truck was there because she pulled up into it. But she tells the insurance people, I was here before they were, and they pulled into me. I'm like, oh god. I didn't want anything to do it. I just kind of left it alone. Then when my fiance came to get me at like 6 o'clock, her husband was already home. The next door neighbor. And he's flipping out like, what the fuck happened to the car? Oh my, you got to be kidding me. And there's like pieces of it everywhere. It's like it's all in the empty spots. It was all over the front lawn. It was just everywhere. I mean, they shot pieces like, it looked like it almost up the block. And my fiance comes home and I kept telling her, I was like, don't park over there. I was like, park somewhere else because this whole thing, I told her about the whole thing. And she pulls up and then the lady comes running out. I'm like, here we go. She comes in, she's like, oh, please don't touch anything over there because my insurance has to come back and they got to... So she was nice. I have to give her credit because when I first saw her before the whole accident thing, she looked really bitchy. Like, she just looked like she was going to be a total bitch. And her husband, like, when I first got to the place originally a couple of days ago, I kind of said, I was like, hi, how you doing? My name's Rick. I was like, I'm the next name. He's like, And he just kind of walked in the house. I'm like, wow, these guys are going to be dicks. But, I don't know. She was nice to my fiance. I mean, they didn't talk to me, so I don't know. I kind of let it go and just started doing stuff in the apartment anyway, townhouse. So she's like, oh, I heard when, I'm really sorry about that. And she's like, oh, it's okay. It happens, and they're coming to fix it, and and my insurance, their insurance is taking care of the damage. So I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see how these neighbors are. Um, Another thing, I guess, you can't take everything as like, oh, it's great. I'm not unhappy that we're moving to a townhouse. And actually, it seems bigger but smaller in certain spots. I guess it's hard to explain. Like, there's really no storage areas, so that's gonna be fun. Um, but what's interesting is where we are, like the backyard. There really isn't a backyard. It's more like a step, and that's your backyard. Uh, when you walk out through the back door to the right, they have a dog park, which we didn't think we were that close to it. And right next to the dog park is a kid, like, playground. And yesterday, I guess when I was sitting there, we raised the blinds, and like 3:30, like a million people were walking through our, like, the backyard area to get to the dog park and the thing. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! Loud as hell. I was like, ugh. So I was telling my fiance, I was like, we're going to live in hell for the next 6 months or however long we're going to stay. There's Giz, telling the story. And she's like, well, maybe if you have the TV on or the radio, you won't notice. I'm like, right. We'll see. And of course, the next door neighbor that we destroyed her car, she's got a dog who wasn't really that loud. I mean, you can, if he was barking full strength, you could barely hear it. So I have to give them credit with the insulation. And they have a newborn kid, and that kid was wailing, and you kind of barely heard it. So I'm kind of hoping the insulation holds up. They're soundproofing or whatever. But yeah, that's the loveliness. And now tomorrow, actually today is Friday the 13th. Um, December 13th, Friday the 13th. A lot of fun. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to make a video for a while. Well, not for a while, but tomorrow and Saturday is the big move. We have the U-Haul truck. Where's that thing? Rented, I guess, or ready to go. We have to pick it up tomorrow at 12. That's when we're able to get it. Reserved. That was it. So again, the U-Haul truck. My fiance's brother and well, her two brothers are coming because they're going to be in the area, so they're coming to help. And we're going to be moving everything tomorrow, and I'm going to be freaking flat out exhausted. Because as much stuff as we've moved, there's just that much more to move. It's insane. Like, my whole storage area we haven't touched. There's like over 50 boxes in there. As you can see, my comics and the bookshelves we haven't touched. And of course, tomorrow it's a piss rain here, so I'm like, it figures. Amazing. So that's going to be fun. And then Sunday, what if there's anything left over, because we have to drop the truck off Sunday. We had to rent it for a day because there was just no way in hell we were going to be able to bring it back, because of course they close early. So that's fun. Sunday, we have to, whatever it is we have left over, we're going to drop off and then get rid of the truck. And then the cable here gets disconnected on Sunday, because Monday, because we're already going to be living in a new place tomorrow, so it's not like we're going to really come back here. Monday, we get our cable hooked up over there, which is a better cable. We got AT&T and all these cool kick-ass features. And a much, much faster internet. So you're going to see a lot of videos. Well, you're already going to see videos for this, but who knows? So there's that. And it's going to be a hectic thing, because then Tuesday we have a washer-dryer company coming, drop off a washer-dryer. So it's going to be nuts. And but I do have a lot of packages coming, which is another thing that's going to be a bitch, because I'm going to be pretty, well, it's not far away. It's up the block, but it's a hell of a walk. Like, it's about a 10-minute drive, but it's probably about an hour and a half walk. Give or take. And so it's going to be nuts trying to get packages, because they're all coming here. And of course, because of the holidays, I didn't take that into accountability. The mail is slow as shit, so it's taken forever to get packages I should have gotten a week ago, and still hasn't shown. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. And then of course, my fiance doesn't get home till like after 5, and the office here is closed. So one day I'm gonna have to take her to work and just try to pick up all the packages if they're around. Fun times. But anyway, thanks for letting me ramble and showing you some stuff. And yeah, I still got a lot to do, which, I mean, I have pretty much everything packed. It's just getting it on the truck that's gonna be a bitch. But yeah, I'm very happy with the stuff I've gotten for Spider-Man. Very dirt cheap, and they're in pretty good shape. And also the fact that it's really kind of slowly but surely, I guess I'll get there. That's my ultimate goal, is to have all the Amazing Spider-Mans and all the annuals, and of course the ultimate goal is Amazing Fantasy 15. Even if I got like a really crap ripped up copy, I'd be happy with that. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes because that's I know Hippie was talking about in Hippie's Collectibles like how expensive it gets when you get like I just said below the hundreds. It just I know number 20, the first page of Scorpions going for like $200 now. Number 40 is in the hundreds. It's insane. Um, Number 50 is in the 200-300s. First Kingpin. Obviously number 4, first Sandman's going through the roof now. The first Doc Ock is extremely expensive. And of course Amazing Spider-Man number 1. That's like a couple grand. So we'll see. If I ever win the lottery, that's the first thing I will do is complete my collection. But yeah. Anyway, let me get back to work because I got other things I got to do and just give you updates. And next time you'll see a video, it'll be from the new place in a new area, which hopefully it'll be better than here. I mean, it's nice. I'm not gonna bitch. I mean, until I really kind of we get in there and feel it out, kind of thing. Because right now, I guess we didn't have too much of a good start. And the other thing I'm worried about is this moving truck tomorrow. I mean, if the delivery people can smash the car, I can only imagine what's going to happen with this moving truck because it's the same size. So, and we're the ones driving it this time, so I guess we'll have to see. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. And of course, it's not the size of your man cave that matters. It's what you have in it. Later.